Welcome to Life Astrologer with me, Anna Isabel, and I'm delighted today to have Jadranka Coic with me to talk about her chart. And Jadranka is an astrologer. We know each other from the Astrology Lodge, and more about that later. Welcome, Jadranka.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
So I've been having a look at your chart, and anybody who is a regular viewer of Life Astrologer is going to recognize this, because the first thing I see is a sun in the 9th house, and they'll recognize it because so often they have seen it in the charts of people who end up living somewhere other than where they were born.
How did you guess it?
And then there's
yes.
and then in Sagittarius as well. So
yes.
You weren't at home, were you?
I love traveling. I came here to spend like a couple of months, and that was exactly 30 years ago, and I'm still here. But I constantly travel.
I'm
talking about home. When I'm talking about home, when I'm in London, home is here and home is in Croatia, and vice versa. I'm always going home.
Well, you know, speaking as a fellow sun in the 9th, I came here for 6-week holiday, and I'm still here too.
So, you know. Right.
So yes, indeed. And okay, so now the thing that I really stood out for me when I looked at your chart is what a busy 10th house.
Yes.
And the thing that shone above all is that North Node in Leo on your MC.
Yes.
And
so
I think
opposing my Saturn.
Opposing your Saturn, but also
yes.
you have a Scorpio ascendant, and
yes.
it's square your ascendant. And I think, wow, you know, to have Neptune in the 1st house, a Scorpio ascendant, you're somebody who, let's just say that being in public, you're out of your comfort zone. And then you've got this North Node in Leo conjunct the MC saying, well, actually, do you know what? You've got no choice, you know?
That's true. That's true. It's always kind of duality. Sometimes, especially because my son is unexpected, I just like to sit at the back and not to take like a center stage, but sometimes I'm prompt to do it, and then I go and do it because there is no choice.
Yeah, I think just as well you have the moon in Sagittarius and the sun in the 9th, because there's a part of you that's really up for adventure.
Yes, yes. I'm always open to anything new. I will try anything new. Yes, I'm scared of few things. I don't like heights and I don't like snakes, but anything else, I will do it.
It's actually, your chart is full of these dualities in a sense, because so you've got this fire moon, and you've got, as we said, the Scorpio ascendant with Neptune in the 1st house, and you know, but then a midheaven in Leo with the North Node right next to it.
Yes.
But you've got you're a Cancerian with the sun in the 9th house, so there is this real push-pull effect, isn't there?
Yes, but it's also like the whole world is my house. Everywhere I feel at home.
Yeah, actually, that really is a nice aspect of having the sun in Cancer in the 9th. You can go there and turn it home.
That's true.
That's a really nice aspect to it. So what do you think that North Node in Leo, so close to the MC, is pushing you to do?
to go out, to move, show yourself, to stop be hiding, and you know, go there and be there, you know. Like, because I prefer, if you ask me, you know, as you get older, you prefer to be confined in a piece and everything, but not push me to do completely different, to go out, to be there, to do things different, you know.
Yeah, I think, you know, for me, a North Node in Leo doesn't give you a choice but to shine. It's
Thank you.
so there's no shadows here. It's get out there and shine. And it's very personal. It's very different from Aquarius, where you can actually just hide in the group and part of the group and maybe be pushing the group along. No. It's you on the line. You're the one who's going to have to go out there by yourself. And there's no backup singers on this one. It's a solo act all the way. And I think, and here it's to do with your career as well.
Yes.
So it's about being prominent within your career. Does that feel right to you?
Yes. Whenever I, you know, work before, because I used to be accountant, and now I stopped working. So I'm in like a full-time astrologers, but not 100%, not as much as I like, because I have some other things to do. So I used to be accountant, and I really, you know, tried to be very, very good accountant, and I was. And, you know, so you try to achieve the best from you and from the things, but, you know, that's also opposing my Saturn. So unless I was 100% sure that I know what I was doing, I will not be there, standing there. So there is always this Saturn which anchors me down and say, learn, and then talk, wait, and then jump, you know. Although maybe the Sag, I will just go and do things. So, but this Saturn calms me down.
Yeah, I would say so. And I mean, thinking of you as an accountant, what a perfectly safe thing to be doing, you know, working in a quiet room somewhere, you know, looking at figures. and I could just see that North Node in Leo going, oh no, this Missy is not going to last forever.
Yes. And I also remember me having like some seminars or some courses, accounting courses, and going there and being like an odd one out, because they will all come in the suits, you know, very prim and proper, and me like with a big necklace. I like necklaces. So, you know, always like, oh my God, what is she doing here? But so I think that's also this midheaven Leo, because, or, you know, this Venus in between Uranus and Pluto, that, you know, you need to be a little bit sure. You need to show off a little bit.
Absolutely. And you know, it's funny because the Neptune in the first house would tend more towards shyness, I think. But in terms of how you present yourself, you're going to have some color, something that speaks of romance, something that speaks of beauty. And no, suits don't do it, do they?
No, they don't. They don't. Not for me.
They speak a different language.
Yes.
So yeah, I can see that. And I was just looking at your Mars in the 8th house and thinking about accounting. But you know, perhaps it's put to better use getting to the bottom of what's going on in people's charts.
Yes. Although I really like, you know, when I was in accounts, I really like problems and solving them. And like, even now I have one of my old ex-bosses, and I go there once a month and I check his accounts, that everything is in order, the poor accountant did not miss anything. So this, I think, this Mars in a Gemini in the 8th house who like checks other people money.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, Mars in Gemini, we like a good puzzle.
Yes, 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 exactly that.
Good puzzle.
Like, and this is the last one. Yes, this is what I was missing. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really, really rather nice. I was looking at Jupiter in the 5th, and I'm just thinking it's in Pisces, and there has to be an artistic side to you somewhere, you know, something creative to you. What have you done with this Jupiter? Wonderful.
Okay.
In Pisces.
I like doing things. I like I like knitting. I like all these things that I do with my hands. So that's probably that Jupiter. So
Yeah.
everyone is happy in my jumpers, but you know, I still do them.
Yeah. So it's, you know, you knit and you do other things as well. Do you find with Mars and Gemini that you're always experimenting? And
yes,
with
yes.
everything, with different ideas, but also different crafts, different skills.
Yes. And you always like trying something new, and there is always something else that I would like to try. Oh God, this is something I really need to do.
Well, I'm just looking at, you know, Mars being in a square with Jupiter, and speaking from personal experience, there's a whole world to explore, and why not try to do it all at once?
And that's the problem.
Exactly. Why not try to do it all at once? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, we can't do it all at once. How
and then you have a long list of the things and you don't manage to do anything because you just don't have a time to do all of it. So this is what I learned. You learn by, as you get older, you learn. And, you know, being astrologer helps you realize what you can and cannot do, because, you know, it shows you your like minus points and good points, but, you know, it teaches you how to behave.
Indeed. And I think that it's that zest for life that is written hugely on a Mars square to Jupiter. And I guess what the challenge is to learn to be realistic as to how much can be done in a particular space of time.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for huge disappointment.
Yes.
And
working 2 days in like crazy, it will not solve the problem, or it will not bring the result.
No. So this is your chart, and coming up at the Astrology Lodge on the 11th of October, you're starting a 3-week course on William Lilly.
Yes.
So what is it about his chart that made you think, this is somebody I really want to get to know better?
I don't know. I always, you know, one of my really good friends and famous astrologers, Wanda Seller, she always, when she looks at the chart, she said, what does this person make? You know, where is this significator makes this person what it is? And then when you look in a Lilly chart, I was looking for a Mercury, because that in his time they didn't use outer planets. So I will not look at them Uranus, although they are conjunct. So I was looking for a Mercury to symbolize the astrologer and astrology. And then it's in a second house, in a Taurus. It's retrograde, but still did not stop him from amazing astrologer that he was. And, you know, it conjuncts Uranus, which is the modern ruler of astrology. So they are together both in Taurus. So, you know, and they are both disposited by the Venus, and Venus is really in a Taurus again. Well, well positioned, although it's next to the sun. So, but all this Taurian energy like shows in his determination to learn astrology, because when I look at his read about him and everything, and he said, and he started astrology, he said, I start learning and reading books 12, 16, 18 hours a day. I don't know anyone who does that today, who spend like a 12, 16, 18 hours doing nothing else apart from reading.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So for those of you who are interested in learning more about this astonishing astrologer who has had a massive, massive influence across the centuries for us all, you can find the link to the interview that I'm doing with Jadranka for Lightways. And also I shall be putting the link to the Astrology Lodge so that you can join those lectures on the 11th of October. Jadranka, thank you so much for talking to us today on Life Astrologer.
Thank you, Anna, for inviting me.
Thank you so much for watching, and do remember to subscribe and share. Until next time, goodbye.